past 7 years. As you earlier had Auntie Maud, as she introduced herself that she was the founder of the Shields project, indeed it is true. She has been the IPP since last year, immediate past president, and then she handed over to me at Manta. So today we are here under the auspice of Femnet. Femnet was established in 1988, and their secretariat is in Nairobi, Kenya. Their primary focus are ending violence among women and girls, sexual reproductive health and rights, transformative women's leadership, economic justice and rights, climate justice and natural resources, and then good governance. Let's talk about the Shields. The Shields is a joint program of 5 international organizations. Namely, we have Plan International, Netherlands, we have Defense for Children, Netherlands, we have Africa Women's Development and Communication Network, which is Femnet, we are part of. And then you have Teddy's Homes, Netherlands, and the Equal Measures 2030 is the technical partner. As I said earlier on, Shields is the program from Femnet. Now, the consortium here in Sierra Leone, we are 3. We have Plan International again, we have Defense for Children, and then we have the Women's Forum Sierra Leone. Those are the 3 partners working with the Shields projects in Sierra Leone. So, the purpose of this meeting today is going to be capacity strengthening for GYW Groups, which we call Girls and Young Women Groups, on advocacy, communication, leadership, life skills, and financial management with support from Femnet. So it's going to be a capacity building training for 2 days, today and tomorrow. Today we are going to do the advocacy, communication, leadership, and then tomorrow we'll do the financial management and then life skills. That is the purpose of the program we have today. So once more, you are all welcome. Partners we are working with, because we are working with 10 young women groups. We have the 2 groups from Poloko and Tonkolili, and then we have the other group from Western Urban, Western Rural, and the Western Central District. Today we have 12 members from this group. They are the heads, and some of them, the heads cannot come, but they sent their representative. So once more, you are all welcome to this training, and thank you all.
Your mind come together to make it. We want to generate our own idea, what we're going to implement. First of all, go with what? With the good quality of leadership before we come to the definition of leadership. Because if you know the good quality of leadership, you can definitely know who is your leader. 1. Let us contribute to this good quality leadership. Just one word. A good leader should be what?
A good listener.
Listener. Very good. We want some. Okay. Let me have a picture.
All of a sudden, me phone ring. I know the one thing. I just talk to the boss and say I'm busy. But the disruption of the class also. So one other simple thing. I'm sorry. Please. I'm sorry when it is necessary. And it's simple. Thank you. These are personal, intersocial skills. Very, very important.
Those what few people enjoy in terms of what? The majority suffer. The majority suffer in the hands of few. Are you getting it clear? Okay, let's go to the other one. Yes? We said transformation and what? Leadership. It goes with what? Openness. We want people to participate. To see that it is you that elect that person to be in governance. So the power belongs to you, isn't it so? And within that, what are you going to do? You're going to see that after you form, the person has formed a governance structure, you have your own representative there, isn't it so? And within, they're going to divide their functions into three parts. That is legislative, executive, and judiciary. Because they don't just want to bump up everything there. Because when you don't have a separation of powers in your democratic leadership, is it powers corrupt? And absolute powers corrupt absolute. Yeah? Now, within that, we find out that those who are elected in governance from the what? The legislative. We call them what? The MP. They make what? The laws. Eh? Eh? Then the executive power is given to what? To the cabinet ministers who execute what they have ordered. Then there's another organ, judiciary, to interpret and punish what? Lawbreakers. Then another style of leadership. Let's talk about something else. Yeah. Right? Authoritative. Very good. When you talk about authoritative, authority, you have authority over what? Your subordinates. You have authority that you go with strict what? Command to see that you accomplish what? Your leadership. Within that, you see, you can find out that, what is it going to be in your mind in order for the people to enjoy? Are they going to enjoy the basic life? Are they going to want only few? Because people are afraid to face the what? The leader. Because what? Few people enjoy in terms of what? The majority suffer. The majority suffer in the hands of few. Are you getting it right? Okay, let's go to the other one. Yes? We said transformation and what? Leadership. Misinformation will not cross. And which will lead to what? Right? Dispute or conflict. Right? So you cannot able to really articulate your leadership as a good leader. Yes? Another one.
Tolerance.
And tolerance. Very good. As a good leader, you don't have to be decisive. Say, I'm going to side one person and leave the other person. But you have to be in between and make sure that you find out what will come out of them because of the innovations. Yes? Yes? Huh? Like? Flexible. Yes. You cannot be a bossy so much in your leadership. You are the people's servant. You allow people to work because you want them to really do what you want. You have to be flexible. You have to really embrace each and every one of them and see what you can do, because it is you that are going to follow your step. Yes? Another one. Open-minded. You have to be open-minded to see that, this is what. Discuss. Have a consultation with what? With your members, with your people that are very close to you, so that you yourself can able to what? To flow within your leadership. Yes?
You should be able to consult.
Huh?
Consult.
You have to consult one another. You see, you need to consult. If you don't consult, what will happen? You fail. And what will happen? You see, you will just sit down in your own corner and say, let me just what? Sit down because I am the boss, I'm the leader. I don't consult. Nobody else can say something to me that I will listen. Only my own what I am from. Then a good leader has to be focused. You have to be focused. You need to be focused to achieve your end, because what you are going to do, what the others are going to do, they have to really build a trust in you because you are focused. They have already realized that what you can do, it is really what? Rare, and there is that one. Tangible, is really tangible, and so that people can follow. Now, with all this, I don't want us to really go further. Right? Then we now come to the definition of a leader. Who can define for me a leader? We have given series of what? Of good quality of a leader. We now come to the definition of a leader. Who is the leader? Then we come to another leadership, laissez-faire. Now French word. You see, he has three what? Leader. You know, he can put everything together. He goes in, he motivates, he goes to exercise to bring in development. But when he brings them down, he left hungry. To Huda. So immense is to beat them. So what you have to do, whatever they do now, you know I know. Is it clear? Am I going faster? Am I going faster? You see? It move. It get the thing. But what's in the happen? Once you know the happen here. You see? Because of it, they put everything together. It's a bit for organized. Your style and move it down. And she say, where you get what? That trust. As we don't get everything. But within this, we get other leaders, we get other people there, we get other leadership, those that are in leadership position. I don't say in that way, but young women, not to be management, young women, what type of leadership are you going to lead? How you want to develop your work within your own corner and really say yes? Who now you go admire within your own work? Peer group say yes. This person I admire because it motivate me. You see, women that they don't take part in this work, in this women's work. And because you know what? And they admire so much that leadership because it's flexible, very approachable. Approachable at any time you want. And for that, you see, it's a big salary for copy your style. For people. You see, and when I don't try out so many times, but when they already say I don't receive. Is it because all the time and one thing Saleh they do, they do nothing without what? Consult. Anything where they happen, say, Mommy, you don't see? Now so. But you see, I love that. You see, I'm letting that. So, I don't want to bother with that so much. Because when we talk about effective leadership, you know, it is time for you get for establishing your own vision. What do you want for what? For achieve. Then he told the other one the ability for rule your people. Then you want the third one, the commitment. The commitment. The commitment. What is my commitment? Then he gave us set objective goal. What do you want to achieve? You know, in that way you don't get objective, when you don't get the vision. I want to question now. I don't talk.
The actions.
I don't talk. Me say one for your reform. A father, now a parent are waiting said no so. He said they take the parents what role, the parental role, the parents. Not so. In get for the parents.
Me want for say something about the paternalistic leadership, and I get a concern on the laissez-faire. Because like you reference anti-merge. So in other words, if I can add or understand that paternalistic leadership, they go also with coaching and mentoring. Even though like maybe time don't pass or you don't take the back seat, but you want to foresee the foundation where you don't lay it continue for be solid. So what you they do in that light, the person will come after you, you give them the support, you coach them, you mentor them until you see say they don't take a rightful position. So me concern about the laissez-faire. I think to say in we day-to-day activities as organizations then, now one type of leadership where on the pose challenge. It's good that we get young people with Winaya because some of them no one for be apprentice, if I can put it that way, for let them learn. You know, when you call them say come, they get a nonchalant attitude. And for being a leader, you get for pay the price. You get for sacrifice. You get for go extra. But in most cases, I made a try. I get opportunity for do. I get me on this. I get me on that. You know, so that laissez-faire, that nonchalant attitude, instead of the help, the one the way they come up now, they break them. They're not able to help them. So then they, I think, that concern for we. And you go find for them, we take note of that. Say we self again, we I mean they try for say we work with other women, them not only young people them, we get forget patients. For make sure say we bring them on board until we reach to say we for reach for achievement.
Thank you. The woman the way they did at the grassroots. How many elite women there when they go down to? You see, this 30% quota women are the fed for. When a number pass, demand them. Nobody know the challenge. But again, you not self get the problem. So when I get the problem, I got the problem. Going down to what to the grassroots people that may really what? He said, with that, when you don't there and now for go ahead and go begin the say, hey, but myself don't come, I don't come. He said, only when they go there because of program. After the program, come on. This is not a big challenge, and it's good. Again, not a program, but community people, the people within that community people, they see them, they're not the money they want, they like love, our partners, big things for us. Now what will happen, when I go and meet the people there, I not go down to what? To the high class. Now the woman that I embrace them. The logo was the woman get a bouquet If you put this one there, and you hold this one hold this one. When them sit down there, oh, it's so pathetic. Women then don't they can cry. But you see what happen? They will make a breakthrough inside that place. I think when I do, I not pay nothing per what house rent, and gonna then go fend for me. Even with the first project will come. It's so wonderful. Again, now this not the thing is a challenge, man. No, now you sure. Not a money business. Money business, it will make the law society. It will make the law society. What if for do? Patience. Lay yourself down. Make sure say Alexa will get your master's this and that. Go down to the money. You know, for model. Mama, what is this? Now this I want for do. Now this I want for register. I will get you advice. I will get this. That consultation. Not feel pride. Pride not go pay. Inside leadership. Pride not go pay. You go always feel that one that live by the people. And I put this program along tell you, man, whereby thank you for where you bring that other one. Yes?
You go find from you we know. Whose one will you take? Either the fatalistic, the laissez-faire, the democratic, you know, leadership. Which one we will say a good? We will say all good, depending on the situation. You know, depending on the situation. Because every issue, the leader for acts in a very responsive way. So it will use all the different types there for achieve an objective, what they call eclectic, you know, leadership. You mix all, and follow you mix all, not a magical, and na experience. Because it's quite clear, say, the young one them get vision. The young forget the readiness, the willingness for learn from the mature people. If not so, you leadership, they in vain. Waiting until you talk about sacrifice of the leader is very, very important. Because sometimes they feel say, na money, na power, na affluence, na dignity, na respect. No. You the earn down there as a result of the sacrifice we did make. We realize the women's forum is there all over Sierra Leone. But if finally we go out at the international world. So now sacrifice was made for we connect to Femnet, you know, as an organization. Not as an individual, but as an organization. And outside the organization will get the money. You the individual, you the leader. Now you didn't make that sacrifice later. You are recognized for what you're doing. You make the sacrifice for pay dollars to Femnet. You know? At the end you did pay the dollar subscription. You know, say they invite you to the meeting. And when you go to the meeting, you did subdue yourself. You never get that feeling say, oh, I sabi, I this, I that, yes. You sabi, you this, but humility is very important. The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you make, that is very, very important. So at that point here, so I feel say, according to the situation, the type of leadership style where you will take a day according to the situation and you experience. All very necessary according to the situation. But the main thing, just as Dr. Basti say, you forget that passion. their passion, you believe in what you do. You believe in what you want to achieve. The objective of the group is very, very important. And that passion is now going to make you able to be sacrifice and get the patient. So as Dr. Basti said, over I get the patient. I tell you, thank you.
Thank you.
The contribution, as maybe they say, what I understand, a good leader, is somebody where they lead people, command them, a group of people, organization, or either a country. So as a good leader, you forget the skill of empathy. Empathy, wherein you put your shoes in another man's shoes, you feel the other person pain. So now, one part is skill and the way a good leader forgets. So when I take this empathy connected to transaction under the types of leadership, I don't know if you say wherein leader can, they serve the people, because at the end of the day, leadership, now when you serve people, not to serve yourself, but if you talk about transaction, wherein a leader, they get, they try for gain for your own selfishness, for your own self, it's as if, get empathy. Yeah. So when you take empathy and connect them, advice to we, the youth them, and we, the young one in for then you get a spirit of empathy. At the end of the day, we'll say I choose a type of transaction leadership, because when you choose them, when you don't choose them, not to people they serve. Now you serve, you serve.
Very good. See, thank you for praising because you gave it for me. No.
I can make less than
Yeah. Because I want to let the other young women then let them continue the same. Let them be a coach, somebody for the others. The peer group, the leaders, something like that. So, without much, I go do, now we come into group work, right? When I don't get all the type of leadership, style leadership, they take 3.
Hi viewers, I am Madam Sally N. Adams, National President of the Women's Forum Sierra Leone, National Women's Umbrella organizations of over 300 registered women's group of Sierra Leone. Today we are here to train about girls and young women. That is to give them capacity training on advocacy, leadership, life skills, and financial management. It's sponsored from FEMNET, the African Women's Development and Communication Network, based in Nairobi, Kenya. It's a 5-year project, and this is our 2nd year of implementation. And basically, this is a consortium network. We have Defense for Children Sierra Leone, we have Plan International Sierra Leone, and the Women's Forum Sierra Leone. And Defense for Children is being sponsored from the headquarters in Netherlands and also Plan International. But we are being funded by FEMNET, which is a sub-granted fund to train our young women and girls in Sierra Leone. And basically we are working with 10 young groups on this project. Thank you.
My name is Ena Buai Koroma, coming from Tokolile, Regional Coordinator for Women's Forum Sierra Leone, and vocal person for She Leads project. And today we are called down to Freetown for a capacity building training on leadership and financial management. That's why we are here today. Most of our community people, they have benefited a lot from this She Leads project, because She Leads talks about how our young girls take part in decision making and be included in developmental programs. We have done so many sensitizations with the stakeholders in our community for them to allow our young girls and women to take part in decision making. And I know most of the girls have benefited from that program.
I am Doris Fatima Weber, District Coordinator, Western Area Rural District, Women's Forum Sierra Leone. I am part of the capacity building training organized for women leaders. by Women's Forum. And I'm happy to be here because it's a real capacity building training where you will go through the various types of leadership, lifestyle, life skills, and also advocacy. So for me, I want to say thanks to Women's Forum for this great training and to their donor partner, because I know it will serve as a means of enhancing the work we are doing in our various locations.
Go beacon development so that others are not going to be left out. And then I democracy there about everybody participates. Democratic leadership.
Everything they need. So all them things and the way you put issues and you don't put to be able to know how you will handle the situation. And another point, another quality under the servant leadership and foresight. Foresight where we need to see beyond, we see far. Waiting them people they have a need. Waiting them will need them, waiting will happen tomorrow. Leader if for always be smart, if for get a skill of charisma. We are really wait for sight something far, waiting will happen, waiting people they will need in the future and try for put things in place. And also if you get the skill of convincing, if for convincing people, if for tell them something, then believe and take it and lead. So I've been listening at some of the things and I know they're under servant leadership, where at least people will forget.
Young women there, young party there, young sister there, with them there inside, bring them. You know, I like say you not get nothing, I like say you not get nothing, but take 1 minute. Talk to them. Today, yeah? You go see. And we see, they say, about this people here, when they see something, they say, now a leader where they come.
Because he ends by asking a question. That question is, 9 more at the camping the practicalization of what you don't talk good one, give ideas about leadership, the styles, characteristics of the leader, all mixed up. Then they is fine. But then they not do. We are there for practice. If we are not practice them, we are not able to implement them. At all, at all, at all. So the training it not come as a result of magic. Not come as a result of magic. Where Preso be introduced, they give an overview. It's in a 2 days training, not also capacity building, leadership, advocacy, life skills. So they talk about training. Define for the we know what in training involved, waiting it lead to. Define. Let it tell me, they go down, they go down training and they go train you in class for one of the participants. You know, motivator, you know, they go to the school. What is in the school? St. Joseph's Convent. So it takes course. That is good. So during that process of school, you know, we all go. We get education also. That education day, that transmission of knowledge. That knowledge day, it is able equally for past judgment. Right? So education is knowledge based. Transmission of knowledge. But we will talk about training. Training at a short period. Education at a long period. Training at a short period. When we talk about training, we think about the acquisition of skills. skills. And that skills today, it lead to within behavioral change. As Dr. Bassi end, training, you know, come by magical, you know, come by chance, they involve practice. They get for practice. If all waiting would don't get na we not practice and above, you know, above. We get for practice and you see. Oh, practice and now it will become meaningful to me. Now we will show say the She project. It is all ground, it is their food. So get for practicalizer. So training, it will lead to acquisition of skills. The skills they lead to change in behavior. Not so? Okay. Let me look about various types now. 3. Please, Mr. Cole. Let me go. All in a sudden, me phone ring. I don't do one thing, I just talk to the boss, they are busy. But now disruption of the class also. So one other simple thing, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry when it is necessary. And it's simple, thank you. These are personal, intersocial skills. Very, very important. Practice. Now, it's easy, not so. Now you're not competent driver. You drive your own vehicle. So another thing where skills they lead to competence. Anybody is swimming now? Any swimmer now? Well, just imagine. You swim. Where you born at the water, mean a born. You get the way how you the match or enter, right? And certain day, the person with the interview can use certain techniques then for see if I accommodate this person, if I accept this person, I will get the desired result where I want, right? I just give a story. Maybe sister then because I didn't go for promotion because normally they meet it. Mama and teach the other don't. About what's the casada river pizza, you know. They come and say that you know, so that they bother the committee. Don't for help mama. Only sit now. They begin it. It's not a mama cooker. I say mama not be well. Now yes, with you forciness that I'm the border. With you forciness, saying look how you boil the soup. And they catch you now. And mama say well una manage and so they go learn. The mere fact that you consider that una for can eat it. So now competence, na skill. When you do it over and over again, before you go get that skill day, that competence. Cooking. Same with sewing, you know. Any seamstress in here? Well, I have it, yes. You sew, How you manage this?
Next learn to the shopping here. Like we go learn the first day they teach me for pedal. And all of my day they pedal. The next thing now then out for passing. So as time goes, begin the cut screws, begin patch, or like now like every day. I remember say like one time they cannot go like over 2 weeks. So the next week now I go, but put them don't teach me and forget. So like cannot be the practice, but just like how they say like skills after practicing. So like next thing they do.
So you get that tape. Who wants a long one? You get that 2-box split, you know. But we so I'm over, it not be easy. It not be easy. But say yes, now we so easy. But with skills, practice, you know, and the passion when you get, at this wedding dress, at the social, at the social, you don't make it them married them wedding dresses them, now we saw them, you know, all man they feel say, at the social people choice. So all the while so now sort of livelihood skills, interview skills, cooking, sewing, driving, counseling, etc. etc. You get learning study skills, reading, numeracy, writing, all that skills. Then you get health skills, washing up the teeth, putting on condom, road safety skills, giving, rehydration, all that now skills. Then we get, let all man talk about his strength. So tell me, talk about yourself, Vicky. Ato, singing. Sing one, sing. Sing no, let me sing. Let me sing no. Tell Papa God thank you. Oh, let me tell her thank you. Tell Papa God thank you for what you do, what you do for me. We go tell her thank you. What you do for me. We go tell her thank you. Tell them thank you, tell them thank you. You see, the alto, you see, good at singing, gonna look like. Yes, you know how we will end this thing, so it's sweet so. They give you the alto, yes, my dear. You will argue also, so you can argue. You can argue. Oh, they can't say how for argue now. Assertively. You argue, you keep to your points also. Yes, Samuela.
I'm that to correct story and point. Watch situation and then
You creative. You creative, poems, stories. Okay, you can read one you poem for me.
Okay. At 10 I should be in school. That is clear into a food. But here am I in a minibus, working for a heartless minibus. He knows he cannot do without me, yet he still pretends he does not need me. When by design or mistake alone I lose.
Now let me clap, let not go.
I show without delay or thanks I lose. For another boss equally mean or worse. I will be working hoping he is not worse. What will I do when I come of age, other than being bitter with rage? My father, he died a victim of AIDS. My mother barely survived on AIDS. Are they so blind to see that in school I ought to be?
Wow! Good at controlling the word. Yes, auntie.
I'm good at counseling.
Counseling. I see I'm by you. Because you say, me, I'm good at counseling. You see I'm by you know, you see I'm by yes. Program, Chili's program.
I do that to adapt to new environment.
Adapting to new environment.
Read novel. No, I left for read novel.
Read novel, yes. Novelist. Yeah, good at it. Give me one novel. We got the name of the novel. Second class. Yes, Christiana.
Many are good at instrument now for better kids. So when you are used to, you know, you forget picking. That's the way you used to do it. So I see the picking they're very easy to do than possible. They make it what you like to say.
Yes, of course.
strength I right.
I like.
Right.
So right. That's what I see. That is not for tell me. I see. Say you know that. Yes, Madam Coordinator.
Yeah, the solid for they will protect
Like helper.
Also, they give them a good without knowledge of that. So I can see I went to media because it's my problem. You need this one is in there, so they will look into it. I will have to get that. So they have to
Yes, this way. So I don't do the research. I don't Google them, you know. And for example, UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, he say that they use quotation. That means you they force away the top words. You think critically. What he make this person talk? What he happen? They not be friends again. Sometimes they not be friends again. Now that make it talk so. You know? So all things what person talk, you believe. For example, I want to come today, and you not come school today. If I want, and not come school this 1 week, they say so now abortion. Eh? Sometimes the person when they talk, you know, like our, the poor hour, so malaria I get this and that. You know, when you think critically, you know how one are you friend, you know how our studios, you know the relationship between how and this person when they talk. So you go for take the talk critically. Not to ultimately person talk. You get for taker. You know, you get for think critically. And then the critical thinking. Critical thinking. A critical thinker is innovative. You see. A critical thinker is creative. And then the next survival skill. Creativity.